game number 1 of a best of 3 here. And it is, I'm double checking, but I'm 99% sure it is a round of 16 game. Yep, it is. So a round of 16 game here. Top 4 qualify, so we're really nearing the end of the line to get one of those qualification spots. And we're about to get into an awesome best of 3, a ZvP. Going down on King Sejong Station, and in the lower right hand position as the red Zerg player. He represents my insanity. None other than Serral. And his opponent up in the top left. The blue Protoss player in the clan Duck now, but probably more well known for being in IM. It is First. So, First is known very well. He's a Korean player. He's done amazing stuff in multiple different teams, championships all over the world. He lost in WCS Season 2 to Jaedong 3-0, but still took home $10,000 of prize money. In 2013 as well. I'm trying to find any of his 2014 results, but 2013 in the IEM Season 7 World Championships, he came second to Yoda, winning $15,000. He's just incredible. In 2012 MLG Summer Championships, he did amazing too. So just an incredible player who's looking to cannon rush possibly this game. Meanwhile, Serral is probably less well known, newer on the scene, but having just come off the back of a pretty astounding run at Copenhagen Games. Again, I don't have the bracket for Copenhagen Games in front of me, but I'm fairly sure that he did incredibly well. He got into, I believe, the quarterfinals, where he lost to Hyun 2-1, I think. He definitely played Hyun and lost to him, but I can't remember if it was the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. But either way, an amazing run there, doing incredible things. So I'm excited to see how he fares right now. Both of these two, actually everyone in the round of 16 onwards pretty much, are people who could take any of these qualifiers and get a spot well deserving to be in WCS EU Challenger. And it's just not impossible to predict how it's going to go. So, probably the biggest thing about this map, while these two are just going over their opening build orders, is the debris to get into the natural base. One entrance is wide open, but there's this second entrance. That can lead to some cool timings, especially from a Zerg point of view. Some really big play with roach timings and stuff like that. You can just punch through there and be like, oh, you've got a cannon on your wall. Yeah, that's not going to help you. And that's fun. Serral, though, he's just taking a quick third base, getting it down a bit later than sometimes. It came down, actually no, it wasn't too late, it was about 4 minutes 20 odd. So, perfectly normal timing, up against that forge, fast expand. A couple of lings out, just going to be looking around. The Overlord placement by Serral is beautiful. This one is in a vulnerable spot, if there was a Stalker. But of course no Cybercore yet, so he's safe to chill. This one on what I like to call an Overlord shelf. Just chilling there. Sitting up. Keeping good vision. Can't get taken out, because obviously there's no high ground vision for First. When he gets a Mothership Core, it can get poked at, but it'll just escape down this way. So, all good. First poking away those lings while he gets out his Stargate, which Serral can't see as of yet. Serral up on 3 bases, adding in a couple more lings, going up to 6 on the map in total. Gonna probably be trying to deny things like a third base, deny proxy pylons and such, but nothing too bad is gonna be going on. So, when you're in this sort of situation, what do you do as a Zerg when you're not entirely sure what your opponent's doing? All you can really do is try and account for everything. Most likely they're going to be trying to get some kind of aggressive play on the ground. They're going to be trying to get proxy pylons down or something like that, or take a greedy third. Both responses can be dealt with by a good number of lings. So these lings are predominantly for scouting, for finding out and getting information. Seeing the Phoenix, which will always, or 9 times out of 10, gun for your overlords, you can just straight away start chucking down things like spore crawlers, so you're able to fend off more Phoenix. But when there's only 1 or 2 Phoenix, they're not really a threat because you need 4 at least to pick off a queen. You just wait a little bit more, get a couple more drones, knowing that, hey, there's Phoenix. This is a harassment heavy style, so I'm completely safe. I can drone heavily for probably about another minute before I have to start worrying, and even then, I put down 1, maybe 2 spores at each base, and then drone some more. It's good. Robo facility coming down now from first. His third base is nearly done. Up at 3/4 of the way built through. Fourth Phoenix about to pop out. A lot of Protoss players go up to 5 Phoenix. Some stop at 4. 4 is really the bare minimum. This queen won't go down, obviously, to 1 lift, but with a second lift can still be picked off, and is probably worthwhile picking off that queen. However, in this instance, Serral has 4 queens out on the field. The reason that's important is because he's now got a spare one. He doesn't miss any injects despite losing one of those queens. The only trouble is that his creep spread will lose a bit because of it. So Spore Quarter trying to take out these Phoenix, but the queen in the main will now die. Another one instantly getting restarted. A couple of Overlords taking a decent chunk of damage, and a Phoenix nearly dying. 1 HP there, ridiculously close to the mark. These Overlords trying to get taken out. Micro looking fairly intense. Hydrogen and Infestation Pit coming down from Serral. Meanwhile, over at first side of the map, he's adding in his Robotics Bay, and it's all going nice and steady. So this is where we get firmly into the mid game. The Phoenix have done their job, which is to harass, to pick apart damage and deal what they can. And whenever a Protoss player goes Phoenix and they use the build well, you'll see this sort of thing. A decent chunk of resources lost on the Zerg side, but nothing devastating. To basically nothing lost by the Protoss player. They gain so much map control and are relatively safe to use. So the Hive is really early from Serral. Trying to see if he knows about... He doesn't even know about the Robotics Bay, doesn't know about the Robotics Facility even. So just predicting there to be some more tech coming through. Teching up into that Hive, looking to get some Vipers out nice and fast. Poking up the ramp, sees a Voidway in production, important bit of information there. They're now going to be looking to get some good damage to the third. Photon Overcharge being used, and there's very little on the ground for first. A lot of its supply tied up in those Phoenix, the Voidway, and the Immortal. Not enough to move down and challenge these Zerglings. As a result, Serral picking off 9 workers at this third base. Quite irritating. But it's only irritating, it's not devastating. Because 9 workers killed compared to none. Yet still first is up at 65 workers, only 2 probes behind Serral. So economically speaking, this is a Protoss player still in very, very good position. Colossi now starting to hit the field, but the first 3 Vipers, they're already on their way out. All looking good. A lot of Hydras in this composition, and that makes sense because you want to deal with the Phoenix, of which 2 already have been... 3 have already been taken out. Only 2 remain. So that's good times for Serral. Serral's creep spread has suffered slightly. Is still moving forward nicely, but this is all due to his creep spread queen getting taken out by those Phoenix very early on, and it's annoying, it's frustrating. Don't really want to have that happening. So Serral now posturing for an attack to start coming through. His Vipers still consuming energy, but going to be making their way forward slowly. And I doubt Serral will engage until those Vipers there, and that's because he's going to be looking for the abducts. Voidways are fairly good against Vipers, because Vipers are armoured units. However, there's only 1 there, and they can get abducted easily, and you can look ready to snipe them off pretty damn quick. Keeping a close eye, are we going to see these Vipers get the abducts they need? 2 great abducts on those Colossi. Down they go ever so quickly. The Voidways going to be the next big targets. And when you see those Voidways grab, you see first looking very, very scared. Mothership Core going to be picked off. That was all of its energy gone. No Photon Overcharges, no Time Warps. Both the Voidways die. Another Colossus grab. These abducts are right on the money. Such good work here by Serral. Still going up. Still with more units. First, not overwhelmed yet, but he's lacking a lot of essential things to try and hold this. Mainly any form of splash damage. The Forge goes down, and that was before it was able to upgrade into +2. So both sides on the +1 attack upgrade. Serral actually ahead now in those upgrades, battering down the wall of the natural base. Hello, another Colossus. Do these Vipers have enough energy for an Abduct? Unfortunately not. But there's just so much stuff here. Is there enough in the way of Stalkers or anything to try and resist this? No. Down goes a lot of the Stalkers. The Colossus dies, and Serral, he takes game number 1 off of first in this best of 3